this is going to be another Wansee Entertainment video. This is going to be called I've Committed the Unforgivable Mistake, Deep Web Horror Story. So when I think of the unforgivable mistake, I think of cheating for some reason. Like I just think of like relationships and cheating. But then this is a deep web horror story, so I'm assuming the biggest mistake is going on the deep web, which that's a big ass mistake in general. So this is almost 5.5 minutes long. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Narrated by Namer Follows.
I'm someone who goes on the deep and dark web constantly.
Smart, totally smart.
It's not what people think. Where it's evil and overpopulated with crazy
That's
people.
all it is.
That's only a small percentage of the dark web.
No.
Years ago, my girlfriend broke up with me, and I put her personal information on a forum. And soon after that, she disappeared. It's been a while since that
I remember
happened.
the story. I remember seeing the story. I remember 100%.
Disrespected me since. I'm not an intimidating guy, nor do I look intimidating, nor do I ever have physical or
Those two
verbal
people with one eye are
conflicts.
sus as hell.
I always think to myself that these people don't know what could happen to them. I work at a fast food
I
restaurant.
don't know you. And
And
then
at
your
the time of
manager.
this story, my manager was really on my case about everything.
And then you put
I
his
would be
information
late,
in, and
mess
then
up
you got him
orders,
killed.
have an attitude with customers, and some other stuff I could name, but it's so much. I understood that I was messing up, but the tone that this guy would talk to me embarrassed me in front of my coworkers, and sometimes in front of customers. One day, though, that was the last straw. So one day I walked into work, 5 minutes before I was due to clock in, and my manager out loud said that the window liquor is finally on time, in front of customers and my coworkers. Everyone laughed at me. During my whole shift
I'd be
that night,
pissed.
he would direct smart comments toward me, while still
Like
yelling
I would
at me
literally
for
say,
everything
shut the
that I
hell
did
up. Like,
wrong.
what is your issue with me? Shut up.
I made up my mind. I was going to find that forum and get his information. On my walk home, I was going back and forth with myself about whether to do it or not. By the time I made it home, I made up my mind. I didn't shower nor did I change clothes. I went straight to my laptop and I searched. I possibly clicked maybe 100 links because on the dark web there are links that will take you down any rabbit hole. A link named Pork Chop piqued my interest. When I clicked it, I was directed to an About page.
Pig
It only
masks.
said 6 words. We find it, we chop it. And another link that said, here's an example of what we do. I clicked it, of course. As soon as I clicked on it, the picture went to the point of view from an old school camera, with the date and time in the corner of the screen. The person behind the camera approached the man and followed him. A few minutes go by, and the man noticed what was happening. He turned around and approached the camera while yelling and screaming at the person for following him. Then all of a sudden, you see 5 huge guys dressed in black wearing a pig mask run from behind the man and drag him into the dark. The person holding the camera turns the camera to his or her face and leaves it there for about 5 to 10 minutes. That person also wore a pig mask, but all you could hear was the man screaming and sounds that I don't want to describe in the background. The camera was then turned back around and the sight that I saw was disturbing. It was something that no one would ever want to see. Some people say that they wouldn't wish it on their worst enemy,
But you did.
but I did. After the video was over, there were links. One said pork and the other said chop. I clicked on the pork and it prompted me to put in a code. I didn't have one, so I backed out. So I clicked on chop. There was information that needed to be filled out, like name, height, description, and place. I filled out all the info for my manager. And the place, it was my job. I submitted the form. At the end of the screen, it said, see you soon. 4 days later, while at work, my manager approached me and decided to apologize for the way he treated me, and offered to give me more hours and said that he would work with me more often because he sees potential in me. A few hours later, it was close to the end of the night.
I feel like I've heard
My
the story
manager helped
5,000
me
times.
with
I don't
the
know why.
trash and took it out for me.
And
As I was
then
putting chairs on top of the table getting ready to mop, I looked outside and saw my manager looking over at something, but he looked worried. I moved to get a better look and I saw what he was looking at.
the guys with
He
pig
was surrounded
masks.
by 6 people in a pig mask with weapons in their hands. I ran outside as they swarmed him, except for one person. He had a camera. I forgot all about these guys, and then I put his information on the website. I ran outside as they approached him. He looked at me for help, but I ran back inside and called the police. It took them 10 minutes to get there. When I looked back outside, what I saw was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I wish I could get the image out of my head. Between the time of me initially seeing them, calling the cops, and running back outside, these guys were gone. But my manager was still there. I went to his funeral the next week. The next day I received an anonymous email that had the whole video. They were watching him this whole time he was on shift. I don't know how they got my email. I never provided any of my information.
That's sus.
Till this day, I still feel sick because my manager was starting to be nice to me that day. I can't go back on the dark web.
Every time I hear this story, it just gets more and more depressing. Like, I get it, someone's an asshole to you and stuff. You don't kill them. Like, I know people that aren't the greatest, but would I kill them? Of course not. What the hell? Is that worth going to jail for? Is that worth them losing their life for? No, just because I don't like them doesn't mean I want them dead. Like, no, I still want the best for them, just not. They're just an asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't like them. It doesn't necessarily mean I want them to get killed or die in like a brutal ass way. No, of course not. Like, that's so stupid. Like, again, some people are, of course, like, really like that, and they're kind of like, yeah, like, I want this person dead right now, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's not me. So if that's you, then you're terrifying. I'm just gonna say that, but that's gonna basically be it for this video. Again, I've seen this video so many times now, just so I don't have any much things to say to it, but again, I will say the manager shouldn't have been an asshole for no reason in the first place, because that would have ended up not being that way, you know what I mean? Him being the way he was, basically, he basically had it coming to him, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he deserved to get killed or like brutally murdered, but I'm just saying, like, if you do shit over and over again, like, you're kind of gonna see something coming. Like, if I pick on someone every day, or if I do shit every day that I'm not really supposed to be doing, and then someone finds out or something, then it's like, hey, well, I had it coming. Like, me bullying someone, me picking on someone, me messaging someone every day, calling them a bitch or some shit, or making them feel bad, or making them feel like trash or something, then of course I'm gonna have more shit coming to me, you know what I mean? So it's like, why would you even do that? And like, why would you do that? That's my question. So again, had he not done that, then he would have been fine. There's no issue, nothing would have happened. Again, should he have put his information on the dark web? No. Especially because it says, we find it, we chop it, that's sus. Like, obviously you know what they mean by chop, knives. And again, you already saw a video as well of what they do, so why would you even... I can't imagine doing that to anybody. Like, watching them die because of me. Can you imagine that? Like, yes, they're an asshole to you and stuff, like, can you imagine if they die because of you? Going to their funeral, they're there right now because of me. Like, they're there because they made me do something to them, but I still basically made this happen right here. You know what I mean? That's just not cool. So all I gotta say to this is, like, don't mess with the wrong people. Don't mess with anybody if you can. Don't get into stupid fights. Don't get into arguments. Do not, because you could easily be shot, stabbed, killed, anything at any moment. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? Just don't start shit with people. Don't be a dick. Just don't be dumb. Just make smart choices and choose the right people to be around, and you should be okay. You know? That's all I will say for this video, though. Please be sure to subscribe if you are new. Be sure to comment down below if you have any suggestions. And be sure to comment down below anything you have to say to this video. And that's all I really have to say to this. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and peace out.